Well, hello and welcome to a new video where we are going to take a look at the performance of Shadow of the Tomb Raider on the Nvidia Quadro RTX 5000 MaxQ at 1440p with DirectX 12 and with the ultra high settings. Like everything here is cranked up to the max and we don't have any Nvidia DLSS enabled. So let's just run the benchmark and see how much FPS we will get. And after this one is through, I'm gonna go ahead and enable DLSS to see just how much more we can get with the quality DLSS setting. And yeah, this RTX 5000 here is inside the Lenovo Thinkpad P15 Generation 1, which means that we have an 8-core i7 as well as 32 GB of dual channel memory in the system. And it is connected to my external monitor, which means that we should see the maximum performance of the RTX 5000 here. And yeah, we are off to a very good start here. 60 FPS plus. And it was a completely smooth frame time graph. Yeah, it's not completely smooth anymore, but actually I don't really see any stuttering. Oh, I actually do see a little bit of stuttering here. It's not perfect, but it still should be good enough. Yeah, but I definitely cannot see any stuttering here, so right now this is a very smooth experience, or a very smooth, fluid motion. But yeah, I think the last scene is the most demanding one in this benchmark. So let's see how well this one will run. Yeah, as you drop down with the camera into the marketplace. But yeah, 100 FPS here, and I guess we will drop down to the 60s again, but yeah, it's definitely looking very good for this machine. I mean, I would hope so, because Shadow of the Tomb Raider actually is not that extremely difficult to run, at least compared to newer or more recent titles. But it's still nice to see that we can absolutely play this game at the highest settings available without any Nvidia DLSS involved. And as it seems, we're not always in a GPU limit either. And honestly, I can just imagine how much better this would run, or how much stronger the RTX 5000 would be if you would be able to run it at around 150 watts instead of the 90 watts here. But yeah, nevertheless, it is absolutely not only an enjoyable, but it's a very playable experience here. Okay, since that is through and you could absolutely see that it was perfectly playable already, I'm curious to find out just how much we can improve these FPS if we enable DLSS. You can see 68 FPS average here, so let's go ahead and enable DLSS here. Yes, we want that, and rerun the benchmark again. Okay, and I can definitely see an improvement in the FPS department here. And even though I'm really not a big fan of companies using DLSS and FSR as an excuse to poorly program the games and optimize the games, it is still very nice to see that we can absolutely get better FPS if we use it, and I definitely do not see all that much of a difference with DLSS enabled, at least quality wise. But I can once again see these stutters here again, which you also see in the frame time graph. So let's just hope that it is only this one scene where this occurs and the rest of the benchmark will be stutter free again. Yeah, this looks quite good for the system. Yeah, I think we saw 100 FPS here the last time, so we have like 30% performance gain by using DLSS on the quality setting. And that is nothing to not worry about. Like, this is definitely very nice to see. Yeah, I think we saw like what, 60 FPS here, or at least in a few seconds. So it's obviously once again completely playable, and yeah, I can absolutely recommend playing with DLSS because I don't, at least personally, I don't really see that much of a difference as compared to the native resolution. And if it's just free performance for you, then why shouldn't you use it, I guess? Alright, 68 FPS versus 86, so definitely a huge performance improvement to be seen here.